Entrepreneur, this is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled 7 Proven Tips That Will Definitely Make Your Banner Ads More Effective. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to make sure you are not wasting your hard-earned money if and when you ever decide to use banner advertising. Entrepreneur, if you've ever seriously considered investing in any type of banner advertising, this short video was created specifically for you, because it's going to cover 7 proven tips that will definitely improve your banner advertising results. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are not familiar with the concept of banner advertisement, here is just sort of a visual graphic to give you an idea. Notice the numbers up here at the top. You have a number 1. To the left, you have the number 2. And then the bottom, number 3. These are basically generally the typical banner ad sizes. So this top one up here that goes all the way across the top, it's kind of thin. They normally refer to that as a leaderboard banner ad. To the left, this sort of thin one that goes vertical, they like to refer to that as a skyscraper. And this last one here, the sort of box style, that's referred to as a horizontal. So that gives you a general idea when they're talking about the sizes. Now, you need to know right off the rip, depending on the type of list, how specific it is, the total number of subscribers, the more you're going to pay. So if this is like a really untargeted list, I wouldn't even invest in it. But the more specific you can make that list and the larger the number of subscribers on the list, the more money you actually have to pay. So with that said, let's take a look at 7 proven tips that will definitely increase your banner ad results. Here's proven banner ad tip number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta give the visitors a self-serving reason to click on your ad. So in other words, it's almost just like when you run a classified ad. It's the old, what's in it for me? You gotta answer that question. There's all these ads out here. Why do they need to click on your ad? Hopefully you're selling a solution to their problem. Here is proven banner ad tip number 2. First impressions, just like offline, online, they're just as critical. And what that means is, entrepreneur, don't make your ad too visually hard on the visitor's eyes. So you don't want to have this stuff where you get these graphics that are moving all over the place, because remember, no offense to you graphic designers out there, but benefits are what sell, not graphic designs. So here's proven banner ad tip number 3. Entrepreneur, make sure you track the total number of actual clicks to your ad, what's often referred to as your CTR, click-through rate. So to give you an idea, let's suppose there's 100,000 subscribers on the list and they send out an email. Let's say you're advertising in this e-zine, and 1,000 of those 100,000 that actually receive it click through to your link. Well, you take the 1,000 divided by the 100,000, you should get 0.01. You multiply 0.01 times 100 and you got 1%. Now, that doesn't mean anybody bought anything. It just meant they went from seeing the link, or the banner in this case, and clicking on it and going through to whatever it is you're sending them to. Here's proven banner ad tip number 4. You got to track your opt-in to leads ratio. So, as to piggyback off those last set of numbers, 1,000 people actually click through, and now they're at hopefully your lead capture page. And let's say out of those 1,000, 200 people actually join your list. Take the 200 divided by the 1,000, you should get 0.2 or 20%. So your actual opt-in ratio is 20%. So it means on average, for every 10 people, 2 should opt in. For every 100, 20 should opt in. For every 1,000, 200 should opt in. Now that's if you have a 20% opt-in, and that's just going to depend on a whole lot of other factors this video can't possibly get into. But that's basically your opt-in to leads ratio. Now here's proven banner ad tip. Ladies and gentlemen, your initial banner ad should send your visitors to a lead capture page, not a sales page. Because remember, by and large, and 99% of the time, these people have never heard of you and I, so they don't want to be sold. And it's going to be very difficult to sell them off that first time they come to your page. So what you should be doing is offering them some free information, be it a video, an audio podcast, how-to video series, a special report, an ebook, Kindle, whatever. But it should be something that you're offering free to get that opt-in. So in other words, it's like the old dating analogy. You're not trying to get married on that first date. Instead, what you're trying to do is get them to join your list so you can start following up and building a relationship. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because you'll see big companies online. They send people directly to a sales page. Well, that's because they got deep pockets, ladies and gentlemen, and they're in it for the long term, and they can afford to blast through a lot of money. Whereas you and I are small business owners and service providers, you'll go broke before that you generate enough sales trying to sell people on the first time they come to your site, especially a complete stranger who doesn't know who you are. So here is proven banner ad tip number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you track your sales numbers, if any, and that includes your upsell income, because you got to get an idea of, based on the amount of money you put into this thing, what you're getting out of it and where it's coming from. So here's proven banner ad tip number 7. Make sure you track the total amount of money that you spend versus the income, if any, generated. But let me give you a little caveat here, which is real important, especially online. Entrepreneur, anytime you can generate a highly targeted, semi-qualified lead, even if you can do it at break even, you're ahead of the game, because you always have your back end, and especially offline. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this and you got an offline business, do yourself a favor. Put together some kind of free drawing, because you can practically generate those leads at cost without even trying. Now online it's a little more difficult, to lead generate, but offline, are you kidding me? You put up some kind of free drawing or something where they can win something. It could be weekly, monthly, whatever. You almost can't help but to generate some leads. And of course, you can follow up with them. So it's a lot in just, there's a lot of other things obviously you can do. You know that with the leads. But the point is, offline, you absolutely have to be list building because it's so much easier. Well, entrepreneur, I hope you see, based on these 7 proven tips, how and why it will make your banner ads far more effective, which is going to lead to more sales and more money. So with that said, for those of you who want to discover how you can add an additional 25% more gross profit to your bottom line in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients, then ladies and gentlemen, grab that free 9-page special report. Just head over to youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales, because that's where you can get it. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. We'll see you again next time on the Marketing Minute.